Morning, good evening, and good night. Welcome to another exciting episode of Pokemon Go. Today's episode is all about the Gen 4 babies. Alright, so starting off this list, we have Budew. Budew is very interesting because it is the baby form of Rosalia, but in Gen 4 Rosalia also gets an evolution, which to my knowledge is the first time that's happened that they've given a baby and a evolution to any Pokemon. Budew maxes out at 760. Roserade maxes out at 2,783. I believe Budew will be in the 5K egg calendar. I could be totally wrong. We're just going to have to wait until they get dropped. The next Pokemon on the list is Chingling, who evolves into Chimecho. I know there's a few people out there who still have not yet got a Chimecho, so this potentially could be a way to get it. I believe Chingling will probably be in the 5 or 10K, considering how rare Chimecho is in the game. I wouldn't be surprised with that. Chingling maxes out at 861. And the next Pokemon on the list is Bonsly, who evolves into Sudowoodo, maxing out at 1,213. Now, I believe Bonsly will probably be in the 2K, just considering how common Sudowoodo is in the game. Now, in saying that, I don't know any of the listings yet. I could be totally wrong. They might decide to put it in the 10K just to make it that little bit harder. That's just my personal opinion. The next one on the list is Happiny, who evolves into Chansey and then into Blissey. Happiny maxes out at 401. Now, I reckon Happiny will be in the 10K because that is where Chansey is in the rotation. Next one on the list is Munchlax. Now, if you haven't guessed what it evolves into, you probably have no hope in hell. It evolves into Snorlax. Munchlax maxes out at 1,975. I believe he will fall in the 10K, taking Snorlax out of the listing of eggs and retaking his position. The next Pokemon on the list is Mantike. Evolves into Mantine. Now, I know everybody hated when Mantine was in the 10Ks. I myself absolutely hated seeing him turn up in an egg and be like, oh, I just walked 10Ks for that. Now, I actually believe they won't do the same thing with Mantike. I believe they'll put it in the 5K. Now, this is a different one for you. This is actually a Gen 4 Pokemon, Riolo, who evolves into Lucario. I believe will be a 10K because it's a new Pokemon and it's a favorite of a lot of people. Riolo maxes out at 833. Lucario maxes out at 2,461. Now, this is the Pokemon I mentioned in yesterday's video. The one that I don't know how they're going to do. Mime Jr. Now, the reason I don't know what they're going to do with Mime Jr. is because Evolution Mr. Mime is a regional Pokemon. I don't know if all of you remember, but when the game first came out, all the regionals were actually in the eggs. You could hatch Taurus, you could hatch Kangaskhan, you could hatch Mr. Mime. And they moved away from that once they did the first balancing of the game. Now, will they put Mime Jr. in an egg? Possibly. These are the two options I believe might happen. If they're going to put Mime Jr. in an egg, it'll be a 10K egg. But I still seriously doubt they will, due to how they've already removed regionals from eggs in the past. Two options I personally believe in is either A, we will see the first baby Pokemon in the wild with Mime Jr. Or they'll just put Mime Jr. in all eggs, thus releasing Mr. Mime into the world for everybody. However, if they do that, they need to replace him for Europe. Europe will need its new regional Pokemon. This is the list of Pokemon I believe could be a good replacement for Mr. Mime in Europe. So you've got Pachirisu, Chatot, Spiritomb, Carnivine, and Rotom. Now, I don't know if they will do them, but they're the only ones without evolutions, and it seems that all regionals are evolution-free Pokemon. Now, I hope you enjoyed the list. I'm going to be trying to do a lot more Gen 4 things. Given how much stuff has dropped recently, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ultra Gift at the end of all these 3 days is actually going to be a Gen 4 first wave drop. With that, I kind of hope they also do a Raid Boss rotation. That would be awesome, having a first lot of Gen 4s drop in as Raid Bosses. Now, this is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I love you, and until the next one, which is probably going to be Celebi, Nightclasher, signing off.